Hi, and welcome back to our why did my brain stop playthrough of uh Haunted PS1 demo disc. Wow, my brain just like completely died. That was pretty cute. Uh wait, we've already finished the first floor. We're going to the second floor. We've made it, boys. Hi. I hope you're doing well today. Wow, I am. Whew. Uh yeah, sorry. Oh man, I'm just out of sorts today. But yeah, oh my gosh, we're on the second floor. That's crazy. I I feel like Plankton. I'm like, I didn't think I would get this far. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this second floor. Agony of a dying MMO. Let's go. I'm in. So like, I'm not gonna read all that because I don't know what words are words YouTube are gonna like beat me up for. Because there's some words that like YouTube like gets on your butt about. And I don't know which ones over there are ones, so you can read that. That's a lot of them though. That's a lot of it's a lot of warnings. So take that in for a moment, please, and yeah, make sure you're reading all that. So yeah. Let's see. Developers Salem, Hughes, and Blood Machine for additional models. Okay. Let me out. Let me out. How do I get out of this again? There we go. You just walk. Just walk, forehead. It's been a while. It's been a while. I know it'll, you know, you've had almost daily uploads of this, but it's been a while since I've played. Whoa, this is cool. I like this a lot. Where do I go? Here? Oh, I go up. Oh my gosh. Hello? That's neat. Wow. That was one of my favorite little opening scenes for everything. That was cool. Very intimidating, but cool. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. Aesthetic. Sorry. I could even dying up. Wow, this menu is cool too. This has got like some crazy personality to it. This game is intended for players 18 and over. If you are planning on streaming or recording a playthrough of this game, start menu select Streamer Safe Mode. As the installer contains content that breaks the community guidelines of platforms such as Twitch or YouTube. That's really thoughtful of them to do. Experience of playing an online video game that has a substantial problem with toxic players. Some parts of the game can be quite jarring and upsetting. I mean, it's true. It's true. As somebody who played MMOs for a really long time, I agree. Yeah. All right. So we're definitely going with that. No saving progress. Okay. No, I'm not skipping the intro, guys. We're watching. I'm glad that they put that in. That's very thoughtful of them to keep an eye out for that.
I'm ashamed of the person I was.
This is very cinematic.
That person would be ashamed of who I am today. I can't be a man anymore. It's too much.
Oh.
You think I'm a bad person? All these years spent playing a game I was never even good at. My friends haven't logged on in years. Are they ever coming back?
I know that feeling. I've lost some really good friends who've logged out and just never come back. It's really sad.
There's a voice inside my head telling me to keep playing.
Agony with dying MMO. Whoa. Whoa. There's actual like. This is cool. I like this. Oh my god. There's like actual video. What? What? This is more than I expected, but I am not complaining. That's crazy. Dude. This is like uber cinematic. Sorry, I'll shut up. You do not look good, friend. You do not look good. You don't look like you're handling this well. Oh my god. Dear players, we'll be permanently ending our service to our last remaining server on December 31st, 2020 at midnight. After you are able to log in and play the game, we thank you for making Garden. Oh, sorry. I tried to read it. I tried, but you can obviously pause and read it yourself. Ooh, connecting to server. Wow. Dear players, we'll be ending our service in 12 hours. Oh, I can't read anything.
It's really ending. It's the end of an era. I'm gonna miss this game. All these years playing a game I was never even good at. In 12 hours, the server will shut down. I'll never be able to play this game again. It was my life, my obsession. This game ruined my life. I've been waiting years for this moment. Can anyone hear me? Someone please help me. Please help me. Hey, you're online? Yeah. Where are you? I'm in the dead zone. Let's meet in Shady Acres. Okay, I'm on my way to you.
What is this? This game is really cool. It's definitely more of an experience, but I'm for it so far. I'm for it.
Do you have any MP5 ammo? Yes, I have extra. You're extra.
Got him.
Took off work to experience the last 12 hours.
Wow. I've always quit MMOs before they died.
How long has it been? Years. I'm surprised to have logged on and found you still playing this game. I returned one last time to this game to tell you two things. You broke my heart, and I forgive you. I had to leave because you let this game consume you. I hope you can make peace with the game now that it's ending. Totally got you, dude. Every time I sleep, I have nightmares. It's true.
Wait, what? Wait, we can. That's not a sequence. We can interrupt it. Whoa, whoa, what? We can interact with the menu. What is? Hold on. I'm in Batcham. You want to meet? I know it's been a while. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, back. Guide. Oh my. This is a lot. This is a lot to take in. Currently unavailable. Yeah, because the game's ending. That makes sense. Oh, so I'm super high level. Gotcha, because I've been probably playing for a long time. Map currently unavailable. Shadow Scream 2 is me, and we're in the Resistance faction. Oh my god. The Resistance fights for home to call there and they make orders for family, blah, blah, blah. Fight for domination, torture. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. Okay, so a lot of references. Gotcha. A lot of references. Okay. Nobody remembers what came from the Awakening. It's as if everyone just spawned to the planet fully grown and loyal to a cause. Each faction fights for control, but no one considers what they would do if they won. So there's bad guys, good guys, blah blah blah. Gotcha. Okay.
They say once you reach level 99, weird things start happening. Things you can't explain. I have to find Adam.
Who's Adam?
It's the only way to stop this.
Hello? A lot of the messages that are behind my head are very, very cringy. I'm actually, hold on. Yeah, there's a lot of like really cringy stuff that they're saying down below, but it's definitely stuff that people definitely actually say in MMOs. Because people are bad and terrible sometimes. Not all the time. But some people are just not very good people. And a lot of, for some reason there's, you couldn't tell me if, like, from my own MMO experience, I find a lot of, like, really weird or... I find a lot of, like, really toxic and weird people on MMOs. Like, I've met more bad people on MMOs than I've met anywhere in my life. So it's only through this little lens? Gotcha. But yeah, I've only ever, like... I've met, like, an abundant amount of, like, really bad people on MMOs. Like, a lot of people who just don't understand how to treat other human beings. Like, it's really weird. Like, I've met a lot of just really odd people who are just, like, really mean and conniving and cruel. It's a strange space. It's a really strange space. It's, like, probably the main reason I quit MMOs, to be honest, was just, like, I was just tired of, like, a lot of toxicity and drama that would happen with them. Like, I just wanted to play the game, dude. I just wanted to play the game. But, like, I don't know. People are just... A lot of people that play them and get, like, way up into... Okay, I'm going to put a warning for that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just wanted to play the game, but a lot of people get really wrapped up in the guild stuff. It, like, becomes, like, their family, and it's their only good thing happening in their life, and they get really attached. So they will, like, do a lot of crazy, terrible, and toxic things to, like, defend their guild and stuff from falling apart. It's really weird. Also, yeah, that's another reason I quit MMOs, because it is such a time sink. It is such a terrifying time sink. Like, you lose so much time in your life. MMOs, because by nature MMOs are grindy. That's essentially, there's like gameplay can be fun, but a lot of the gameplay is incredibly repetitive, so they pad it out for like intensely long periods of time. And I was just like losing a lot of like time that I could be spending with like Heather or the cats or my other friends. Like, I was just like constantly like on the MMO, because like guild stuff was happening all the time, right? So I had to always be there, or else I was behind. Like, I wasn't participating in enough events, and I was behind in the events, and then like it was just stressful. It was just very, very, very stressful. And I think like the only way I could get away from it was just by cutting cold turkey, and that upset a lot of my friends, and I know it did for sure. Like, I cut contact with most people from that game that I played. Mostly because, like, I knew they wouldn't understand, if that makes sense. Like, I knew they wouldn't get it. So I had to cut cold turkey, because, like, I was, like, borderline addicted to the game, and I knew that for sure that they were addicted to the game, and, like, the only way we could, like, make that work is if I just, like, cut it. Like, I just stopped. That's the only way I could get away, because if they tried to convince me at all to come back in, I would listen, because I had a problem, you know? So I understand this.
We await the great purge. All will be one. I hate how this server merged with the role-playing server.
Okay. I'm looking for Adam. Who's Adam? Okay. This is where I came from, right? Wait, what? Okay. All right, all right.
I've been playing this game for 12 years now. It cost me my marriage. I don't even see my kids anymore, because on weekends I'm in the game, searching for Adam. We always suspected something like this would happen, but I don't think we were prepared for the reality of it.
Wow. That's heavy. M is an NPC rumored to be hidden somewhere in the game. Nobody has found him yet, but the developers have hinted he exists. The rumor goes if you find him, you attain the ultimate power in the game. Or you break the level 99 curse. People have gone crazy trying to find him. Yeah, I've also known people like that who, you know, jeopardize their real life relationships for the game. Sure, one sick froggy. World's ending. Let's party. There we go. Okay, can't talk to you. Okay.
Hello.
You can log off anytime. What will happen to us?
Hello.
That's weird. Whee! Oh, that I expected that to do something, and it didn't. Sag. Oh, there's another way over here. People say stuff like that, too, which is way over the line.
Shut up. We're dancing. We're dancing.
Oh, am I in control again? Some of this is like on-rails cutscenes, and other parts of it I can actually play. So it's kind of like swapping between the two. It's definitely more of experience, but it's actually, I think it's really cool. I think it's a really interesting experience for sure. Also, a lot of these things they're saying, I've heard DBD players say, like, unironically. I'm not even joking. Like, you guys need to chillax. Like, it's just a game. It is just... Why are you mad? It's only a game. But no, I think, like, a lot of people who, like... I think, like DBD has a lot of similarities to, like, MMOs and the fact that, like, DBD is incredibly grindy. Like, Dead by Daylight is so incredibly grindy that people spend, like, an incredible amount of time in their life on it. You know? So, like, you feel the sense of entitlement and attachment because you've devoted so much of your time and life to the game. So, like, I don't know. It's just, like, people take small things a lot more intensely when it's, like their entire life, or a big part of it, at least. Okay, I can't talk to you. I just realized these are the Cenobites with their Hellraiser reference. I wonder if that's, like, modded in, or if, like, in the universe of the game. I wonder if it's modded in, or if it's, like, actually something they put in the game. I don't know. I'm assuming it's all just for references and funsies. And I shouldn't look too far into it.
I'm waiting for a few more people, then I'll give you a lift.
Okay. Do I have to, like, wait for them, or what do I do? Don't worry, I'm going to cut out most of this walking. You won't have to worry about it. But rest assured, I've been walking around for 20 more minutes than it appears. I always try to do that, like, the best I can, is cut out, like, the me walking around parts. Because there's a lot of those. Like, take it, like, any, like, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but take any, like, whenever you see a video length on my channel, just assume it's always, like, 20, 30 minutes longer than it actually was. And that's how much I've cut out. I think the least amount of time I've ever cut out of a video was, like, 15 minutes. Yeah, so always assume the video is a lot longer than, like, there's a lot of cut out stuff. For your convenience, so you don't have to just watch me walk back and forth. Okay. Hey, how we merged with the European server. That is a real thing too. Servers begin to merge as the well, welcome lowly player to the Church of Yuka 87. We worship a player who honored us by taking the most extreme acts. Oh jeez. Oh god. Let's stop playing if it bothers you. Yeah, that's don't think people like that don't exist either. As somebody who's like an avid fan of like black metal, people like worship Euronymous and stuff like that, or Stan Dead, and it's just like, or Stan Varg, and I'm like, yeah, or like something that's more universally known, like people who like worship the Columbine people. That's obviously that obviously is real life stuff that happened, or still happens, unfortunately. Praise to Yuka 7 who showed no mercy. Oh my, this is dark, dude. Can you get me out of here? But yeah, that stuff's real too, unfortunately. Okay. Oh my god. I'm guessing he was a Cenobite? I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to that guy. Well, that's unnerving. It's very unnerving. Oh, what? What is happening?
It was New Year's Eve, and I was really high, and when I from the bathroom, something came in the room. It sounded like at first the emergency alert signal in the other room, and then some horrible cry like a dying animal. I passed out from choking on the rope attached to the shower curtain bar, but that broke. And when I woke up, I could still hear the crying. And I tried to off on the towel rack, but that didn't work. So I opened the door to the hotel room, and as soon as I did, the noise went away. I don't know what it was.
Distance checkpoints. It's probably just a bunch of kids.
Where are you two furries going? You ever walk into a strawberry factory with a bunch of strawberry people and they're all made of strawberries? And it's like, dude, I'm gonna kill you, you bunch of strawberry motherfuckers. Yeah, and they all just you guys can go through, just we're looking out for Nazis and Cenobites.
There was a lot that led me to that moment. I believed I might be the reincarnation of Hitler. I would just sit in my car before class and cry.
What the heck is happening?
To Anne Frank and all the victims of the Holocaust. Then, I thought I was the reincarnation of Jesus. According to the Bible, he's the only one who won't be forgiven. I thought I was the Antichrist.
What is happening in this game?
I believed an age of enlightenment was coming, and I was being excluded from it. I feared my arms would turn into horrible knives and stab this girl I liked in the heart. That she would just be kept alive, getting stabbed in the heart, until the universe ended. Then she would become God, swimming in an ocean of her own blood. And this ocean would be a sea of knowledge, and I would go into a state of ignorance. And this would just happen over and over again, forever. I was really ashamed.
I definitely feel for you. These last few years sound like they were really hard for you. But you can't just blame it all on reaching level 99. You're gonna have to make peace with the fact that we probably will never find Adam.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of players thought that finding Adam would give them ultimate power in the game. Other players like you think it's a way to stop what they consider a curse, but it's just a psychosis. Adam was just a rumor, nothing more. We wasted our time.
When I was in the mental institution, I met this man who could predict what the TV
This game
was
is
gonna say.
incredibly heavy. 2 heavy games back to back on the channel, boys. Let's go.
I asked him if prophesied like the future. He told me I was gonna hate it. This game was really a lot better before they added Nazis as a playable faction.
Agreed. For anything.
It's really a welcoming community. It's a safe space.
Yeah, the community was a lot less toxic before they added Nazis as players.
Yeah, who would have imagine?
I thought more people from our guild would be online for final hours.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been years since most of them have played this game. It's just that I'm in my 30s now and I still live with my parents. To make matters worse, they gaslight me into thinking my dysphoria is actually a symptom of my schizophrenia.
I mean, if you say you're a woman, then you're a woman.
Yep.
So this is the
Easy.
throwaway age. This is the age that's kind of, it's only meaningful for God and not for man. It really isn't meaningful because we're all going to die and all our memories are going to disappear. We're going to lose everything, everything. But there's another prophecy that has to be fulfilled before that happens, and that's my death. I'm going to find one person.
I just want to say very, very clearly that was not a joke. I'm serious. Like literally, like you are what you say you are.
I love this game, but I ruined my life playing.
What you do, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, is none of anybody else's business. You have a right to be respected and loved for who you are.
I played this game
Whoever
so
that
much,
is.
I failed out of college.
I still can't believe this game's ended.
Yeah, it's really weird to think about.
Okay, are we actually playing? Yeah, you deserve a right to be respected and loved for who you are, whoever that is, and whoever you find it to be. Sorry, I was just taking in the surroundings for a second. Yeah, like it's not like just do you, bud, and screw anybody who doesn't give you that acceptance. When I hear anyone talk over of culture, or, okay. Oh, God.
Okay, now that everyone's got their squad assignments, we're going to be doing the blood raid right outside the dead zone.
A lot of emotionally charged topics.
Choppers and pelicans will take you to your designated LZs. 4 Sparrow gunships and 3 wheel riders will provide air support. This is an endgame raid, so we don't know what to expect. But I can promise you one thing. We're going to find Adam.
I doubt it.
Once we do, we're going to make these final hours miserable for all the snowflakes that play this game. So Nazis, let's make these final hours ones to remember. It's been an honor.
I can't be mean without consequences. That means they're the snowflakes.
This is my last night alive.
Why is it your last night alive?
I'm gonna shoot up my school tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Murder the lolcows. I live to terrorize lolcows. Video games and memes, those are the 2 groups.
This reminds me of Vietnam. I wish I fought in Vietnam. The coolest war.
World War II was actually the coolest war because it had Nazis.
Does anybody else follow Elon Musk on Twitter? It's so cool. No way were you a Navy SEAL.
This was way too real.
All I'm gonna say is, I better find Adam, or someone's getting hurt.
I'm being serious when I say this. We should dock to the devs for shutting this game down.
Is everyone getting banned? What the going on?
Wow. Crazy, right? Consequences for your terrible actions. Who would have thunk it? Imagine. Imagine actually having consequences for your action. Wow. Wow. That is a lot. That is a lot. That is a lot to take in. And okay, that is a lot to take in. That is a lot. That is a lot to take in. Unfortunately, a lot of the terrible things that were being said, alluded to, etc., are things that people actually believe and say. And like, as somebody who's played an MMO, like, it's true. Like, and I when I've played an MMO, I've usually played on the bad guy side because whether it be like WoW or SWTOR or whatever, like typically, just in my experience, younger players like to play the good guy side, and people more my age like to play like the bad guy side. And plus, like the aesthetics of bad guys are cool, and so like I'm cool with it, right? But there's this like phenomenon, and I can't quite tell you why, but there's this phenomenon that there are some people who are like me who just want to play with like people more my age who are more mature, um, and kind of just enjoy the bad guy aesthetic, like with like SWTOR, like the Sith's got the big long black cloaks and the big hoods and they got the red lightsabers. They're cool. They're cool, right? They're not like the nice guy soy boy monks, you know, that the Jedi are, right? So like, of course I want to play those guys. Be a bounty hunter or like a secret agent. It's a lot cooler, right? So that's like one school of thought. And then there's the other school of thought that like there's a group of people out there that agree with the bad guy's philosophy. And since we're on the SWTOR example, because that's like the MMO I played the most, like those guys believe in, like those guys, the Sith believe in like slavery. The Empire believes in like eugenics and stuff like that, like some seriously evil and horrible stuff. And obviously they're fascists first and foremost, and they're racist and oftentimes homophobic. Like that's just the lore. That's just the Empire, dude. That is how they are, just factually. And there's, like I said, there's one school of thought that's just like the bad guys look cool, so we're just gonna type 1 2 3 4 5 to do abilities in in a game, and like we're actually good people in real life, and we're playing good characters. If you get into the roleplay side of things, you're playing like a good sided character, or somebody who's just like ended up in this situation, right? Who doesn't enjoy being part of these bad guys. But there are people that just like unironically think these things that the bad sides are doing in MMOs are a good thing, and they rally behind it. Like the big thing that like really, really, really spoke out to me in this game was the driving sequence where they were like, this game was better before they added the Nazi faction. I agree. Because there are people who will, I know this is fictional, but like you have like a faction and they come out and they say like all these terrible things that like are very, very obviously terrible, horrible things. But you make that faction playable and joinable, you're going to attract people who will treat that as a safe space for terrible and horrible things that they are going to perpetrate and do to other people. Like, there are people who will use that as confirmation bias and hide among that. And I think that ties into what I was saying earlier, is like, I have met more bad people, like people I would consider morally incorrect, or just like people that just don't care about harming and hurting others in MMOs, than I've met anywhere in my life, like in any collective group of people. And I think it's because of that, like the stuff that was like talked about in this game was like, first there's anonymity. So there's like, you know, no consequences for what happens behind the screen. Then everybody was super shocked when they got banned, right? Like at the end, everybody was like, oh my God, why did they get banned? Blah, blah, blah. It's like consequences for your actions. Like if you're going to be terrible and gross and hateful and harmful to others, like you're going to have consequences applied to you. You just are. That is how this works. You do not get to get away with those things. So don't expect, just because you joined the bad guy faction in MMO and you're surrounded by other sleazeballs who just are terrible human beings, that you're just going to get away with it. You guys are still doing the wrong, horrible things. And you're not going to, you like, just because you were able to avoid consequences for being terrible for a long time, or found people that also are terrible, does not mean what you're doing does not become okay at all. It just doesn't. And I don't know. This game brought up a lot of things for me because, like, obviously, like I said, I have spent I just quit my MMO that I've been playing for like 7-8 years, like last year, because I didn't want to end up in this situation with this game, like the game that this game is portraying. Is like all these people that just like were sucking their lives away and just like spending all this time like toiling away, ruining relationships, and a lot of them are unfortunately horrible people. And I'm not saying that like MMOs are just a cesspool and MMOs are bad. That's not what I'm saying. And I wanted to say that disclaimer. I'm not saying MMOs are bad. I'm not saying MMOs are just a bad place. Never play MMOs. But I'm saying that like it attracts. There's something inherent about it that attracts these just like these situations that this game portrays and the kind of people that this game portrays. And I'm not smart enough to tell you why or how. Like I said, probably the anonymity, the ability to play a bad person without consequences, but kind of like easing into doing those bad things in real life because you've role played them or actually played them in the game's provided content so many times that you're like getting normalized to it. Like I don't think I'm a person that's well studied enough to answer that question for you, but I had seen a lot of it, and it's a lot of the reason that I quit playing MMOs because of people like that and avoiding people like that. And even like the people that I would like that were my friends that I cared about, like they were kind of more like the guys in the aquarium that were like, like I devote my life to this. Like they're on the game like 8-12 hours a day, and they're like, they have families that could spend time with them, that they could like be with, but they're on this MMO instead. And I'm not saying you can't have like a free time thing that you enjoy that's yours. That's not what I'm saying. But like I have people that just like literally neglect their loved ones for these games. Like neglect their loved ones for MMOs. Like and it's rough to see, dude. It's rough to see. And like, oh my gosh. And the people are so emotional too. Like I've had like people just, I don't even know what to say. Like this video is getting so long because I want to rant, but I want to rant about this. So sorry. Like even the people that you talk to, that you get close to, like they have so much stuff that they need to handle, that they need like professional help with, but they try to like toilet it away by playing the MMO. And like they need help, dude. Like they need like actual professional help because they are in such a rough spot, but they like would rather like buy a $60 3-month membership instead of like go to a therapy session or try to go get a diagnosis from a psychologist. Like it's like, and that leads to a lot of like self-destruction, burning of bridges, and terrible things, just because like this game has absorbed so much of their life and comes first. I think that's the big thing. I think that's the TLDR is like the MMO slowly starts to come first over a lot of other things and a lot of important other things. And I'm glad that the game was made because like it tackles a lot of these topics very like head on. I know this is going to be kind of bad for us on the channel because we've just had 2 incredibly rough games back to back. But like this is real stuff, dude. This stuff is out there. This is real stuff. They're not fibbing. They're not exaggerating. Unfortunately, in a lot of these cases, they're not fibbing. They're not exaggerating. This stuff is real, bud. This stuff is out there. And I'm sure those of you that played MMOs for a really long time know that. And we're kind of like nodding your head at a lot of this stuff. So yeah, that's the agony of a dying MMO. Let's go back to the make sure we got our good old check mark. Oh god, that scared me because I couldn't see anything. No, I've never been part of an MMO that's died though, I will say that. Although SweatTor's probably on the way out. Yep, we got our check mark. So that's the agony of a dying MMO. So like I said, this game's pretty heavy. This game's pretty intense. But I feel like it's important that it exists because I feel like a lot of the things that happen within MMOs aren't really talked about and aren't really like televised, I guess would be the word. Like it's not very broadcasted. But all that stuff is real, and all that stuff does happen, and it's just unfortunate. But I think it's good because it points all that stuff out. It makes us face it. So if anything, it's more of a lesson to just like, don't stand for stuff like that. Don't like, and people ask me this all the time. It's like, why do you like engage with people who obviously are like, not engage as in like a friendly way, but I like stand up to people who are like, you know, being toxic in games and that sort of thing. It's because like that stuff can't stand. That stuff can't stand. It just can't. You got to give people consequences for their actions. You have to. You can't just silently agree just because it's inconvenient or emotionally a problem for you. You cannot okay behavior like a lot of those characters were displaying in that MMO. You just can't. You gotta fight. You gotta fight for that. You gotta fight for a better world. You just have to. Or else the world's just gonna, you know, go down the hole, so to speak. So, like, don't let bullies and mean people like the people that we saw in that game get away with everything. Don't let them get away with things. Be kind and accepting to others. And if you're in an MMO, be watchful of your time and how much time and effort and emotional weight that you're putting into that game. Because I have met people who, you know, that the games are their lives. So just a friendly reminder, friendly check. Maybe check on yourself. Maybe check on a loved one that you know is just like completely sucked into a MMO. Make sure it's not something toxic and gross. So yeah, another heavy one back to back. But we will be continuing with our level 2 of the Rotunda of the Haunted PS1 demo disc. I believe there's like 25-ish games, something like that. So we're going to be trying to get through that. So thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today. And I'll see you when I see you, bud. Have a good rest of your day, friend. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.